Thank you, Chairman Takano and Ranking Member Bost. I appreciate your service, and thank you again for the opportunity to address the committee. I want to thank the committee members too for your extraordinary commitment to our nation's veterans. We truly need to do everything possible to make sure that we're supporting them. It's my pleasure to testify on behalf of the nearly 750,000 veterans who call the great Commonwealth of Virginia home. Over 8.5% of Virginia's population is served in the military, and this places Virginia in the top 5 amongst states and commonwealths in the nation. 20% of Virginia's economy is in the defense industry, and the defense industry maintains a writ large commitment to employing veterans, an incredibly important partner in making sure we're doing everything we can to support our veterans. And our veterans are a part of what makes Virginia, but also our nation, very remarkable. And I'm sure my colleagues from other delegations can say the same for their respective states. Federally, we do much to ensure the well-being of over 20 million veterans across the nation. But as we know, there's always room for improvement. 55% of our veterans are over the age of 60, which creates a significant need and also challenge for us. We have to get Veterans Affairs right, because these 55% need us most. The others need veterans benefits and the care of the Veterans Administration, but those 55% are right there at the top of the list. I'd like to take just a few moments to highlight legislation that I've introduced to this effect. First is H.R. 182, the Veterans Choice and Accountability Act, which aims to improve healthcare within the Department of Veterans Affairs by requiring the Secretary of the VA to evaluate the hospital care, medical services, and nursing home care to determine, are they doing everything possible to serve the needs of the veterans? The Secretary is then required to submit to Congress an evaluation of the implementation of the VA budget and Choice Improvement Act. Incredibly important to make sure we're doing everything we can for our veterans. And I know how tirelessly the Department of Veterans Affairs works, but I also recognize that there are gaps in coverage. While H.R. 182 looks for a top-down audit of effectiveness, H.R. 183 presents an opportunity for grassroots change. H.R. 183, the Veterans Collaboration Act, creates a 2-year pilot program on collaboration with nonprofits, such as veteran service organizations and educational institutions that provide pro bono legal advice. These organizations have, through their experience and their efforts, ground intel on the real needs of veterans that may not be readily apparent to those who have not served this nation in one of our service branches. It's imperative that we look at all opportunities to open up avenues for collaboration and look for those that are willing to help, especially schools that have law schools that have veterans there or active duty military there in their student population that are willing and able to give that legal advice. Finally, H.R. 185, the Veterans Affairs Transfer of Information and Sharing of Disability Examination Procedures with DoD Doctors Act. Wow, that's a mouthful. But it really is about obligating care providers to be referred to separating service members to a healthcare provider certified by the Department of Veterans Affairs if they have a condition that would make them eligible for disability, and establishes a shared medical record systems between VA and DoD Health. Now, I know we hear all the time that those systems exist, but they're incomplete. And we want to make sure too, we're properly transitioning veterans as they leave the military, whether it's through retirement or through separation. Every single person in this hearing has had a constituent who has slipped through the cracks with respect to disability eligibility. I believe that this effort in H.R. 185 will shore up this institution and make sure we make that connection as our active duty military transition out of the military. I'd like to end with stating my appreciation for the sheer size and scope of the Veterans Affairs mission. They have a tremendous challenge in front of them. They've done a lot, but there's still more to do. There are many things that we need to do too as members of Congress, and working in conjunction with each other, with the committee, and also with our federal agencies, both the Department of Veterans Affairs, but also the Department of Defense. And this total commitment to excellence gives us the bandwidth to improve all of the efforts that we put forward for our veterans. And I hope we can do more during this 117th session of Congress. And Chairman Takano, Ranking Member Bost, thank you so much for all of your efforts. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you too to the commitment and dedication of all the members of the committee. We appreciate what you all are doing. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.